When it comes to classroom management in education, what helps make for effective strategies for every stage and place in education? In this video, we look at classroom management strategies for three main levels in education: primary, middle, and high school levels. We also look at classroom management strategies for the in-person and online classrooms. At the end of this video, you can sign up to receive our free classroom management guide for building confidence in teaching and student learning in the classroom. You can also sign up to receive our free teacher's guide for building success in the online classroom. Building strategies for classroom management in education. Classroom management, when done correctly, can really enhance how much students learn in the classroom, whether it be in the traditional in-person classroom or the online classroom. When classroom management is not done correctly, students will not only lose the chance to learn what they need, they will also lose their identity in the classroom as they begin to feel lost with what is happening in the classroom. Learning in the in-person classroom or traditional classroom offers different perspectives to learning than that in the online classroom. This also has an effect on student identity. You can click in the top right corner to watch our video to see how students can establish or claim an identity that will improve their communication with their teacher and better their learning experience in the online classroom. Classroom management done correctly brings a sense of comfort to the class, much like the comfort that comes with a good meal in the kitchen. You can click here in the top right corner to learn more about how the kitchen connects to the classroom. Why establishing classroom management strategies is important. In the early days of a new school year, a teacher must focus on classroom strategies for their sake and the sake of the students themselves. The consequences for overlooking this important aspect of teaching will have serious negative impacts to learning. What should teachers consider when building classroom management strategies? Proper classroom management strategies at any level in education works best when the teacher works with the students to establish certain ground rules. Classroom management strategies in K-12 education. In looking at the different levels of education, the one common thread is that the teacher and students should work on the strategies together. The different approaches to classroom management strategies will vary with how much attention students give towards their teacher. Classroom management and the primary school level. At this level, the students are more focused on being pleasing to their teacher, and their friends are pretty much an afterthought, where they have no shame in calling out each other when they are not behaving as they should. Students at this level can be tasked with simple classroom jobs as it makes them feel like they belong and feels like they have a sense of responsibility. They are accepting of rules presented by the teacher, so there is no need to negotiate which rules make it to the list. Classroom management and the middle school level. The tides begin to turn at this stage of learning as students begin to focus on pleasing their fellow classmates and friends rather than the teacher. This means that the teacher needs to become more of an expert in negotiations between two choices, making one choice, the recommended one, seeming to be much more appealing than the other one. Classroom management and the high school level. The teacher at this level is mainly the mediator as negotiations are much more decided among students, and respect for the teacher develops if the teacher is versed in communication and knowing when to step in and to mediate the negotiations. Classroom management strategies in the online classroom. When it comes to place, that is the face-to-face classroom versus the online classroom, classroom management strategies should have the same impact, but naturally their approach will vary. Sure, the mute button could act as a good source of control for a noisy online classroom, but teachers should not depend on technology alone to help in disciplining the students. In the online classroom, students are to be made aware in the beginning of the class that if they fail to abide by the classroom rules or procedures, then they would need to fill out a report and it goes into their portfolio. However, students should also be aware that any rewards they receive also goes into their portfolio. 5 important classroom management strategies for any classroom. Create a safe learning environment. When teachers work with students to establish rules for the classroom where everyone feels safe to share their ideas, make mistakes, and learn from each other, then both teachers and students become part of a safe classroom environment. Establish routines. Teachers and students can establish routines for entering and leaving the classroom, as well as what to do when they finish an assignment or need to ask questions. Establish easy transitions. Transitions are part of every classroom as one activity ends and another activity begins. What routines teachers and students establish during transition times can make for a quiet and peaceful-looking classroom. Use silent cues to get students' attention. When students begin to find themselves distracted by other materials and lose focus, teachers can use silent cues to bring the students back to focusing on the lesson on hand. Harness your intuition as a teacher. Teachers who are aware of their students' actions and behaviors and emotions are ones who use their intuition to help keep students active and participating in the class instead of losing focus. Classroom management is very important to both the teacher and the students in the classroom. Teachers who encourage students to become part of the classroom in setting up a positive learning environment find that it benefits both students and the teacher because the time spent in the classroom can be used effectively when it comes to learning. This also helps when building the teacher-student relationship and making learning easier. Click in the top right corner to watch our video on how to build positive teacher-student relationships. When students are ready to learn, the teacher can improve their teaching strategies effectively in the classroom. For more on teachers and teaching strategies from EduKitchen Recipes for Learning, visit our website at edukitchen.net, and under the blog section you can find our whole section dedicated to teachers. Let us know what you think. Do you agree with our strategies for the online classroom? Let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to EduKitchen Recipes for Learning for more videos on educational topics. And until next time, keep learning and have fun.